Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be reviewing long division. Remember that you are going to have to pass a mastery quiz on this with 100%. So if you feel like you can do that without watching this video, that is fine. Otherwise, stick around to watch. A lot of you last year said you learned this about long division. You learned the acronym dad, mom, sister, brother, which means dad divide, mom multiply, sister subtract, brother bring down. And then there's rover at the end. So, and that's saying if you filled in a number above each place value. So if you did that, then you would have a remainder. Otherwise, if you did not do that, then you have to repeat. So let's do a practice problem. So first we have dad for divide. So I'm just going to write those up here. Dad, mom, sister, brother. And then either repeat or remainder is the R. So the next thing we have to do is we have to look at and see how many times does 3 go into the 4. Now 4 is in the tens place, so it's representing 40, but that is how we do this for long division. So we say 3 goes into 4 one time. So we write a 1 right above the 4. Then that was the dividing part. Now we multiply. So 1 times 3 is 3. So we write it right here. Then we have to do the sister part, the subtract. 4 minus 3 is 1. And then the B is for brother for bring down. So we got to bring down the 5. So now what we have to do is we don't have a remainder yet because we don't have everything written or a number written over each digit here. So we have a number over the 4, but we don't have one over the 5. So the R now stands for repeat. So now what we do is we look and we say how many times does 3 go into 15? We're dividing. So 15 divided by 3 is 5. So now we write that 5 above this 5, and then we have to multiply. 5 times 3 is 15. And then we subtract minus that from each other. So 15 minus 15 is 0. And then bring down. Well, we don't have anything else over here to bring down. So we are done. We do not have a remainder for this one, so the remainder is 0 because we got a 0 down here. And we don't need to repeat because there wasn't another digit right here. So 45 divided by 3, we found out is 15. Let's try this next one. So now we have to look at this and we say how many times does 7 go into 5? So we would be dividing for this first step. Well, 7 doesn't go into 5, so then we have to go to the next digit over. So now we can say how many times does 7 go into 53, or 53 divided by 7, that's the D. And that is 7 times. So then we have to do the multiply. 7 times 7 is 49. And then we have to do the subtract. So 53 minus 49, we got to borrow here. We'll do this quickly. We get 4. And then we need to bring down. So then we need to bring down this 1. And we say how many times now we have to is the repeat because we don't have a number above the 1, so we repeat. So then we do divide. So 41 divided by 7 is 5. It can only go in there 5 times, so 5 times 7 is 35. And then if we subtract that, we got to borrow again, and we get 6. And then we notice here that we have 6 left over, and we know that 7 doesn't go into it, so then that R becomes the remainder this time for a 6. So 7 divide, 531 divided by 7 equals 75 with a remainder of 6, so there are 6 left over. And here's the last example. So again, we have to look at this and we see we have a 3-digit number divided by a 2-digit number. Well, this time we can't split up this 2-digit number, so what we have to do is we say how many times does 11 go into 62? So then we have to think about it. It goes in there 5 times. And notice how I'm rating that 5 above the 2, because we said we divided 62 by 11 this time when we did our division. So then we do 5 times 11 for the multiplying step, which is 55. And then we have to do our subtraction. So we need to borrow from here, and then we have 12 here. 12 minus 5 is 7. And then again, we look at this and we have the B for brother, bring that down. We get the 8. And then we have to repeat or have a remainder. Well, since we have the 78 here, we need to repeat. So 78 divided by 11 is 7. Goes in there 7 times. 7 times 11 is 77 for the multiplying step. Then we subtract and we get 1. And then we have nothing to bring down, so then we have our remainder of 1, because 11 does not go into 1, so that 1 becomes the remainder.